So, Rachel,
Yes.
tell me where you're at today.
I'm in Puebla, Mexico.
What are you doing in Puebla, Mexico?
I'm going to get an autologous stem cell treatment for multiple sclerosis.
Okay. Why didn't you do that in the United States?
Because I would not be able to be a candidate to get the treatment. I don't have any active lesions on my MRIs.
Okay. And have you had an MRI scan recently?
I had one less than a month ago, and no active lesions. My doctor was very happy about that, which isn't different than any of my other MRIs that show no active lesions, yet I've still become worse and worse and worse.
Oh, so you're one of those people where the MRI scan doesn't correlate very well with how you're doing as far as your MS goes.
Yes.
So why don't you tell me about that? How long have you had multiple sclerosis for?
I have had it for, about 12 years.
Okay. And how did it start? How did you find out you had it?
It started with optic neuritis. So I lost part of the vision in one of my eyes for about a month. And then about a year later, I got something called INO, which is another optic related problem, but it just felt like I had been spinning around really, really fast.
Oh, so I think INO, internuclear ophthalmoplegia, is an eye problem where you have trouble moving your eyes in certain directions. That's pretty specific for multiple sclerosis. But then at the same time, you had some other problems with vertigo, right?
Yes.
And that took a while to go away, didn't it?
Yes, that took like 3 months to go away.
Okay. And is your vision normal now?
Yes. I had some damage from the initial problem, but just very minor.
So you can see out of your eye, but I think your color vision's
my
off,
color
right?
is slightly off.
Okay, that's pretty fortunate. And then, and that all happened more than 10 years ago, right?
Yes.
And then did you undergo treatment for MS?
I did. After I had INO, I started something called Ruiz, and took that for almost a year. And then I really didn't like what it did to me, but so I stopped it. But it was good that I used it to begin with, because I think it stopped the progression of my MS to progress as quickly as it has been.
And then I think around the same time when you were on that, you developed hypothyroidism, right? Low thyroid.
Low thyroid, yes.
Which is another autoimmune disease. And I think it can be caused by rebif, but for sure it's just seen a lot in people who have multiple sclerosis too, I believe. It's just
low thyroid actually is not a big deal, because you just take a little pill and you're fine.
Yeah, it just took a while to figure it out. All right, so, and then besides the problem you had with your eyes, the INO and the spinning and the loss of color vision in one of your eyes, did you develop other problems?
I did. I had intermittent periods of numbness or dizziness, but they would only last, maybe a few weeks to a month and go away.
And then, do you have any problems? Can you walk?
Now, my walking, quite frankly, sucks. I can't walk fast, for sure. I can't run. Going up steps, I have to kind of actually pull myself up using a railing because
You've
my
lost too much
legs
strength
seem
in your
too
leg.
much too weak.
Okay. And then, like, how far can you walk?
Not far at all. From the car to the entrance of a store is actually a stretch, and so if I have to go to the grocery store and if I have to get more than a few things, by the end I'm exhausted, and if I didn't have a cart in front of me to hold on to, I wouldn't be able to do it at all.
Okay. Well, that sounds bad.
It sucks. Yep.
So, I think you've had a number of different treatments for MS, is that right? Can you tell me about other things that you've tried for multiple sclerosis before in the past?
I tried Copaxone. I tried Tysabri, which is, you have to get an infusion. Before Tysabri, I tried Tecfidera, which is a pill that you take that's supposed to help. And the last thing I did was I had one session of rituximab to kill off some of the B cells, CD19 and CD20, that they say are bad and have an effect on your MS. And I don't know, maybe it did something, but nothing that I noticed other than getting progressively worse. My walking is worse. My getting dizzy very easily is worse. My thinking is worse.
What do you? You shouldn't be overly negative about drugs, because one thing you never know is like what would have happened if you didn't take them.
Well, yes,
you know,
and I don't know.
And there are people who have multiple sclerosis who are much worse off than you are.
Yes.
At this point, so
it may have stopped how quickly I progressed, or how bad my progression would become if I hadn't done it. So I'm not sorry that I tried the treatments, but I just don't feel like they helped enough for me to continue on that pathway.